So, good evening again. So, second report na ko is all about the biomass energy. So, what is biomass? Biomass is a renewable organic material that comes from plants and animals. So, sa ato pa, it's kuan ni siya. Biomass is all about the katong mga malata bitaw nga mga materials. Basically, from plants and animals. Mga kahoy, mga tanom, mga animal manure, ug uban pa. So, biomass contains stored chemical energy from the sun that is produced by plants through photosynthesis. So, the sources for energy sa biomass includes wood and wood processing waste. Basically, gigikan ni siya sa firewood, lumber, and furniture, meal, sawdust, wood pellets, and uban pa. Second is the agricultural crops and waste materials. Example ani is ang corn, soybeans, crop, and food processing residues. Third is the biogenic materials in municipal solid waste, such as paper products, cotton and wood products, wood waste, and many more. And fourth is the animal manure or kanang mga iti, mga tai sa animals, and human sewage for producing biogas or renewable natural gas. So the energy from these organisms can be transformed into usable energy through direct and indirect means. So biomass can be burned to create heat. Mao ni siya ang gitawag nato nga direct process. It can also be converted into the electricity through direct process gihapon or processed into biofuel and then burned or converted into electricity, which is called the indirect process. So, biomass energy definition. So, biomass serves as the primary raw material for the production of biomass energy, or in short, called as bioenergy. So, biomass energy itself refers to the energy produced from organic matter, such as katong giingon ako ganina nga mga plants, agricultural crops, wood, etc. So, bioenergy is a renewable energy source that can be converted into heat, electricity, and biofuels. So, on the right side na ata example sa ato biomass power plant located in Canada. So, ang capacity niya is 40 megawatts biomass power plant. So, history of biomass energy. So, in 1840, there is a first commercially used biomass gasifier, which is built in France. While on 1880, Henry Ford uses ethanol to fuel one of his first automobiles, which is called the quadricycle. While on 1910, coal begins to replace the use of wood in city homes. On 1950, electricity and natural gas displaced wood, used in most homes. And on 1990, sa US or sa United States, the Clean Air Act controls the sale of oxygenated fuels in areas with higher levels of carbon monoxide. While on 2014, industries increased biomass as a source of energy while following environmental laws in order to protect the atmosphere. So as you can see, the technology has made biopower more efficient over time because there are now machines capable of producing the biomass into pellets that can be used as fuel. So where does biomass come from? So makuha na to ang biomass gikan sa plant, human, or animal-derived organic matter. So how do we use biomass to generate electricity? So there are many ways to generate electricity using biomass. One of it is the combustion. So combustion is a method of burning biomass to generate electricity. So mao ni siya ang most common nga ginagamit nato. Second is the conversion to a gas or liquid fuel. Biomass can be converted to a gaseous or liquid fuel pinaagi sa gasification or pyrolysis method. So, ang gasification is a process that exposes solid biomass material to high temperatures nga naay very little oxygen. And the byproduct of this is the synthesis gas or the syngas. This is a mixture that consists mostly of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. So kani nga gas, pwede ni siya magamit ug masunog in a conventional boiler to produce electricity. Pwede po ni siya magamit to replace natural gas in a combined cycle gas turbine. So, through thermochemical conversion process, maka-generate tag electricity. So, as mentioned earlier, pwede ta maka-generate electricity using biomass using the processes such as pyrolysis, gasification, and combustion. So, as you can see, daghan siya gamit no ang ato biomass. So, using the pyrolysis method or pyrolysis process, makaproduce ta og charcoal, liquid oil, and fuel gas. So, na siya lahi-lahi nga gamit and byproduct. So, the charcoal, pwede siya gamiton sa mag-barbecue ta, magamit po siya sa mga metallurgical industry. So, ang iya byproduct nga liquid oil, magamit po sa ato mga cars, engines, and in return, maka-generate po siya og electricity. And then, makaproduce po siya og fuel gas. So, magamit po gyapon ang fuel gas ato engines to produce electricity. While sa gasification process nato, makaproduce siya og fuel gas which will be used sa ato mga engines and makaproduce gyapon siya og electricity. And gas turbine which will generate electricity gihapon. And then, sa ato third process, which is combustion or direct burning. So, maka-generate gyapon ta og electricity through direct burning. Kung through the boiler, and it will generate electricity. So, pyrolysis, so these three processes will be elaborated further sa ato next slides. So, pyrolysis. So, using pyrolysis, waste to energy technology applications for municipal waste treatment in the urban environment is used. So, the pyrolysis process begins when municipal solid waste, after pre-sorting and shredding. So, ang ato municipal waste is kuan na siya, pre-processing na siya sa makita nato sa ato flow chart. So, isort na siya ang mga dry biomass materials ug katong mga recyclable materials, katong mga inorganic materials. Kaya ang ato gamiton for pyrolysis is mga organic materials naman. So, katong mga non-organic is isort siya or ilahi siya. And then, it is then metered into a reactor. So, after bali masort or malahi itong mga non-organic, ang organic na materials will be metered into reactor with little or no oxygen. So, the temperature in the reactor is increased to a range between 1,200 and 2,200 degree Fahrenheit. So, as you can see, after sorting and shredding, dili na dayon siya sa ato pyrolysis reactor. Nga na ay 1,200 to 2,200 degree Fahrenheit. And then, combustion does not occur in this process. So, wala siya combustion mahitabo ani since this is pyrolysis lang nga method. So, when carbon-based materials are exposed to high temperatures, chemical bonds begin to break. So, magdepende sa temperature, this process results in generation of solid char, oily liquids, and gases such as hydrogen, carbon monoxide, and volatile hydrocarbons such as methane. So, from the pyrolysis reactor, naa siya byproduct nga syngas, bio-oil, and solid residue or ash, as seen in the figure below. So, such a mixture of these flammable gases is known as syngas. So, sa kaning first niya nga byproduct, kaning syngas. Syngas is further treated to remove harmful substances including mercury, hydrochloric acid, sulfur oxides, and particulate matter. So, after aning a process, gamito na dayon syngas to generate electricity using the gas turbine. So ang resultant solid and fluid residues kaning solid residue nga ash and kaning bio oil can be further processed to produce solid fuels for power plants, a petroleum substitute or bio oil, and concrete filler. Pyrolysis typically generates 571 kilowatt-hour per ton of municipal solid waste. So, kaning bio oil, ginagamit niya siya sa ato transportation fuel. So, next process is degasification. So, pareha sa pyrolysis, conventional gasification often begins after removing recyclables and large items. So, pareha sa pyrolysis ganina, isegregate ang mga recyclables. Kay katura mga organic matter gihapon ang ato panggamiton. So, the remaining municipal solid waste is fed into the gasifier. So, after nga ma-segregate na siya, ang kato nga mga materials kay dryer man para mauga, then moadto siya sa ato gasifier. So, the gasification reactor is heated to temperature between 1450 to 3000 degree Fahrenheit. Gasification uses a stoichiometric volume of oxygen, often called a starved air process. So, this creates a smoldering reaction which generates syngas. So, naa siya byproduct nga syngas mixed with combustion products such as carbon dioxide and water vapor. So, often, steam is added into the process in order to enhance production of hydrogen and hydrocarbon gases. So, ang syngas, nga byproduct niya, is cleaned up to remove hazardous components and can then be used to generate electricity. Due to the small amount of air involved in the gasification process, the produced gas has a higher caloric value than the pyrolysis process. So, the conventional gasification process kay maka-generate siya of 685 kilowatt-hour per ton of municipal solid waste. So, mixed gases, ash, slag, and metals are produced at the end of the reaction in the gasification reactor. The remaining solids are useful as concrete and asphalt aggregates. So, as in the pyrolysis process, mixed gases should be filtered to get high-quality syngas and to remove hazardous gases such as sulfur, chlorides, and mercury. To get high-quality syngas from the gasification process, pre-processing of raw municipal solid waste is required. So, next process is the direct combustion or direct burning of solid biomass materials. So, sa ato direct combustion, burning solid biomass materials heats giant boilers filled with water. So, this transforms liquid water into steam. So, as shown on the figure, ang ato biomass is ibutang siya sa ato storage for preparation and processing. And then, moadto siya sa ato furnace for burning. And this will heat ato giant boilers. So, the steam creates pressure in the boiler. And the force of the steam rotates the turbine. The turbine then moves a wire coil in generator. And the generator converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. First, the force from the water vapor or gas makes the rotor turn. The rotor has a coil of wire that spins inside a fixed magnet around it called the stator. So, nagipakita siya diri sa ato right figure. The rotation causes changes in the magnetic field which forces electrons to move along the wire. So, this generates electric current. We call this electromagnetic induction. So, naagian naman po ni nato sa ato undergrad years. The metal wire constantly moves inside the magnet. This creates a continuous flow of electrons generating electricity. Direct combustion or steam turbine system. So, maano siya na sa direct combustion. Maano ang illustration niya. So, next, aside sa katong tulo ka buok, mauman to siya ang thermochemical conversion. So, aside from that, maka-generate po ta og electricity using the chemical process. So one example sa chemical process for generating electricity. Mao ra gyud ni siya ang chemical process nga ginagamit for generating electricity. This is called the anaerobic digestion. So organic waste including plants, food waste, and manure is fed into a sealed tank. So ani ang generally ang process niya for anaerobic digestion. So ibutang siya sa ato sealed tank kani which is called the anaerobic digester. Ano to? So where it can be broken down by bacteria in an environment with no oxygen. So the bacteria, since wala man ni siya oxygen ato anaerobic digester, the bacteria produces methane amongst other gases which gets pumped off as biogas. The steam creates pressure in the boiler. So the byproduct ani after sa ato anaerobic digester, makaproduce siya og biogas. So kaning biogas makaproduce po siya in return og biomethane. And then it will make certain fuel. So the biogas is also used for generation of electricity, and it also can produce heat. Another byproduct sa ato anaerobic digester is the digestate, which is used as fertilizer. So solid or liquid material left over from the process is called digestate. So mao ni siya ang ginagamit sa ato farms as crop fertilizer, livestock bedding, or as enrichment for soil due to the high nutrient content. In this way, anaerobic digestion becomes part of a circular renewable system where the digestate is used to grow plants, which can be used to make more biogas. So the turbine then moves a wire coil in a generator. So how can we use biomass to produce fuel? So mao ni siya no ang mga variety of use sa ato kuan biomass. Isa ani is the production of fuel. So the products or fuel nga mahimo sa biomass is kaning alcohol, biogas, syngas, gasoline, diesel fuel. So as we all know, alcohol can be found sa ato mga alcoholic drinks such as beer, brandy, and whiskey. While biogas or methane is used for cooking, domestic fuel in lamps, lighting, and others. While ang syngas can be converted to liquid fuels, hydrogen production, and can be burned to turn turbines and generate electricity. So to elaborate, using the fuel or the byproduct from biomass, which is the fuel, ang syngas ang ginagamit nato to generate electricity. And lastly, the gasoline and diesel fuel is a synthetic fuel which may be substitute to petroleum. So what are the advantages of biomass energy? So biomass energy is renewable in nature. It is considered renewable because the organic matter used for its production can be replenished through proper management and cultivation practices. Second advantage is its carbon neutrality. So although it releases carbon dioxide, the carbon dioxide emissions are considered neutral as they are offset by the CO2 absorbed during the growth of new biomass. So this makes biomass energy a carbon neutral option. Third is the waste management benefits. So since sa ato biomass power plant, ang ginagamit nato is mga waste man nato. So generally, we utilize agricultural residues, forestry waste, and organic waste materials. So in return, ma-reduce pod nato ang amount of waste sa ato landfills. And it helps to mitigate waste management issues and promotes a circular economy. Fourth advantage is the potential for rural development. So biomass energy production can create also job opportunities and stimulate economic growth in rural areas. So syempre kung magpatukod ka og biomass power plant, you can support local communities kay ang imo kuhaon nga manpower sa katuman pod nga mga local communities. And we can also help reduce the dependence on imported fossil fuels. So other advantages pod sa ato biomass energy is its availability worldwide. So basically, biomass can be found anywhere. Then biomass energy is also relatively inexpensive, especially if we use municipal waste. You reduce waste around you while reducing cost on energy consumption. Next advantage is the reduction in carbon dioxide emission. By reducing carbon dioxide, we can also help our nature. Lastly, it can reduce dependence of foreign oil. Through biomass, we can produce alternative oil for our vehicles and generate electricity at the same time. So in short, it is a win-win solution. So what is the disadvantages or what are the disadvantages sa ato biomass energy? First, it cannot provide enough energy to supply large demands. So kung dako nga demand ang imo supplyan, you need bulk or huge amount of waste. In our case, dili man inana kadaghan ang ato waste to suffice the cities nga kinahanglan nato supplyan og power. Second is it could increase the deforestation and loss of biodiversity in less developed countries. So if biomass resources are not replenished as quickly as they are used, they can become non-renewable. So third disadvantage is that it is not currently developed enough to rely on a steady energy source. So wala man kay siya na ginafokusan sa ato government to develop new technology sa ato biomass power plant. So dili siya inana gyud ka reliable nga energy source. Next disadvantage is the large land requirements. So biomass energy plants are found in urban areas on which there is limited space. These plants needs a lot of space for storage of raw materials or biomass. So kung magpatukod ta og biomass power plants, we need dako nga areas. Kay ang ato mga biomass nga raw materials kay daghan man ato kinahanglan, mao na dako pod ato area ang kinahanglan. And it should be on urban areas. Kay sa urban areas man dito ang dagko og daghan gyud nga mga basura or mga biomass raw materials. And then lastly is the soil degradation. So due to overusing of fertilizer and pesticides to increase growing crops for the purpose of bioenergy resources, so this will cause soil degradation. So biomass in the Philippines. So actually, Philippines is blessed with an abundant supply of biomass resources due to the agricultural crop residues, for example sa ato rice straw, coconut shells, and husk, corn, cane leaves. So very much rich ang Philippines sa agricultural products. So daghan gyud ta og mga residues which is magamit unta nato sa ato biomass power plant. Also, the forest residues, agri-industrial waste, municipal solid waste or organic waste. So as of 2019, Philippines has a biomass supply of 356.1 megawatt current capacity. As of 2019 pa ni siya. And 4,400 megawatt potential capacity. So, nakasegregate ni siya sa Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao as shown. So, as of 2019, may ato capacity sa Luzon using biomass power of 156.81 megawatts out of the potential capacity of 2,095 megawatts. While sa Visayas, ang existing nato nga biomass power capacity is 162.5 megawatts out of 1,500 megawatts potential capacity. And in Mindanao, The existing is 36.79 megawatts out of the potential capacity of 845 megawatts. So as you can see, wala man lang nagatunga ang ato nagamit nga biomass power capacities versus sa ato potential capacity. So these are the existing biomass power plant in the Philippines. So naatay 12.5 megawatts samal biomass power plant. So naani siya sa Bataan. It is situated on a 6-hectare property. So ang ginagamit nila dire is rice husk to generate electricity. Meanwhile, naapod tay 24 megawatts San Jose biomass power plant. Rice husk gihapon ang ginagamit nila nga raw material. While sa Negros Oriental, na ay 46 megawatts Kabankalan biomass power plant which uses bagas as fuel source. And then na ay 20 megawatts San Carlos biopower. So challenges and the way forward. So these are the some of the reasons why there is minimal biomass energy generation or biomass power plant in the Philippines. First is the lack of policy incentives. Second is the lack of regulatory frameworks. Third, lack of funding. And fourth, lack of technical expertise. So to overcome these challenges, the government should do the following. First, the government should implement policies that will incentivize the development of biomass projects. Ikaduha, they should provide adequate funding and technical support to developers. And third, continued investment in research and development to improve biomass conversion technologies, optimize efficiency, and reduce cost. So that's my report in wave and tidal energy and the biomass energy. Thank you very much.